Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Southern Gal True Crime. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for choosing to watch this video out of the millions of videos here on YouTube that you can watch. Today, I wanted to talk about the case of Allie Lowitzer. So, as of 2025, as I'm recording this, Allie has been missing for 15 years. And obviously, her parents, her family are just still desperately seeking any kind of information, any answers as to where Allie might be, what happened to her on the day that she disappeared 15 years ago. So Allie was last seen in Spring, Texas on April 26, 2010. She left school that day. She got off at her usual bus stop on Low Ridge Road, which was near her home, and this was around 3 p.m. So en route, she had called her mother saying that she was going to walk to her workplace, which was the Burger Barn on Trashwig Road. She was going to go there to pick up her paycheck. So this Burger Barn was only about a quarter of a mile from where Allie lived, but she had never walked there before. So Allie told her mother that she didn't have her house key. Her mother said, "That's okay, the house is unlocked." But unfortunately, Allie never arrived at the restaurant. She never came home, and she has never been seen or heard from again. So Allie's case was originally classified as a runaway, as a lot of cases are, unfortunately. But investigators are now looking at other theories in her disappearance. So she did leave behind many of her personal belongings that a runaway would normally have taken, such as her makeup, her purse, her phone charger, clothes, money, and her cell phone has not been used since she disappeared. So obviously, if especially a teenager, if they're going to run away, they're going to take definitely take a purse, their phone, their charger, clothes, money, anything that you might need to start a new life or go somewhere and live with somebody else, whatever the case may be. But she took none of those things with her. So before she went missing, Allie did use her phone frequently, and they said, thousands of text messages every month. So she was definitely sending text messages, probably on social media. Once again, she's a 16-year-old girl. They also say that entries into her journal indicated that she was thinking of running away, but her family stated that there was no evidence that these journal writings were recent. So usually if you write a journal, you'll usually put a date at the top. So apparently all these entries that she had said that she was thinking about running away, they were not recent. So that made her parents think that at the time that she disappeared, that she was not thinking about running away. So Allie's parents describe her as very artistic. She was very well behaved. She played softball. She sang in her school choir. She was in the Girl Scouts. So she was just sound like an all around nice, sweet, good kid. They stated that she rarely socialized outside her home, but she would bring friends over to her house instead. So several weeks after Allie disappeared, homicide detectives were assigned to investigate her disappearance. Police stated that it wasn't because they necessarily thought that she had been the victim of a homicide, but because she had been missing for a relatively long time without any leads. That's kind of, they were kind of investigating it as a possible homicide. So obviously her case does remain unsolved. So those 15 years ago, her mom had given her permission for the first time to walk to this burger place, a burger barn where she worked by herself. And being the very first time that she walked there, unfortunately, was the first and only time that she was going to walk to Burger Barn because she disappeared. So her parents say at 16, Allie, she wasn't afraid to take center stage. She loved to sing. She loved to play softball and volleyball. She loved to fish with her family. She loved to be silly with her friends. So it sounded like she just was a normal, well-adjusted, happy 16-year-old girl. But her real passion was art, and her mother, Joanne, has saved many of Allie's pieces of art, and now her mom says that they are a source of pride and also of pain. So Allie's mother, Joanne, says it's been 15 years, and I look at her artwork, and I'm like, I still have all of this that she left that still exists. All is in every single room in my house. So she has Allie's paintings all over the house. The last images of Allie were taken moments before she got off her school bus on April 26, 2010, which was at her normal stop in Spring, Texas. Allie had basically begged her mom to let her walk the short distance from the bus to her job at the Burger Barn so that she could pick up her paycheck and possibly take on an extra shift at work that evening or that afternoon. She had never walked the busy street before, and Allie did have conditions that she communicated, or Allie's mom did have conditions that she communicated to Allie when she said she wanted to walk. Allie's mom says, you're going to walk straight to work. You're going to text me. You're going to let me know that you're there. And you're going to text me and let me know if you're going to go to work. So that's, if I was in Allie's mom's place, I would have done the exact same thing. But Allie's mom says that she came home to an empty house and with no text or not any calls from Allie. So Allie's mom says she thought, she must be busy at work, and she could, must have decided to take this extra shift at work. She was just busy, couldn't get back to her immediately, and that she would text her later to let her know that she was okay or that she was on her way home. So Allie's mom sent several more texts with no response, and by 8 p.m., then 8:30 came, and then 8:45, and this was 8:45 was 15 minutes before before the Burger Barn closed. So after it closed around 8:45, 9 o'clock, Allie's mom says that she went up there. She was going to tell her what was what, basically, kind of reprimand her for not letting her know where she was. She pulled up right in front of the doors. The lights were out. All the chairs were on the tables. The doors were locked, and nobody was there. So, of course, Allie's mom was a bit panicked. So she called the police and Allie's father, John, who lived nearby. So Allie's mom said she thought, well, she's just being rebellious. She's probably out with somebody and just didn't want to tell. Or John, her father, says that his thought was, well, she's just rebellious. She's probably out with somebody else and didn't want to tell her mom, where she was at or who she was with. So her father says that Allie was the type who loved to go to school. She did not want to miss school. He said that's where all Allie's friends were, and for her not to be there to get ready for school was a huge red flag for him. So the big question for her parents was whether Allie ever made it to the Burger Barn. And the owner and several other of the workers at the Burger Barn said the same thing. Her father, John, said that the owner or one of the employees at the Burger Barn said that no, Allie did not show up to pick up her paycheck or to pick up an extra shift, that nobody at the Burger Barn had seen her that night. So Joanne, her mom, says that she has traced Allie's route that she would have taken to the Burger Barn hundreds of times. She said that she stopped at a certain place. She said she stopped right there, and she sent a couple of texts. So Allie's mom has followed the steps that Allie would have taken as she got off the bus, where she stopped to text her boyfriend and then turned to walk the short distance out of the housing development, down the busier quarter-mile stretch to the first intersection, and then onto the strip mall where the Burger Barn used to be. So apparently the Burger Barn is not there anymore. So Detective Timothy Hayes said officers looked for anything at all to show them where Allie had went. He said video surveillance was looked for in the area. There was nothing in the immediate area that would point us in the right direction of which direction she went to or if she left with somebody. So sheriff's investigators say that it was not unusual for the restaurant to close earlier if it was not busy. So I guess they really don't know what time the store or the restaurant actually closed that night. So Detective Hayes says the owner and the employees who worked there at the time, and even prior employees who worked there, they were all cooperative. They cooperated with the investigation. So months of searching the woods around the neighborhood yielded no clues. Allie's colorful backpack and her cell phone were not found, and her parents were left staring at that stretch of road that she would have walked down from the bus stop down to the burger barn. Her father, John, says it's a straight shot to the strip center where the burger barn was. So you really couldn't get off the beaten path, so to speak. I strongly believe that somebody knew exactly what they were doing and they did it fast. So just in my opinion, I take that to mean that somebody, either a stranger or possibly somebody that Allie knew, just saw her walking very quickly. If it was somebody she knew, might have said, "Hey, get in the car. I'll give you a ride." And she got in the car with whoever the person possibly could have been, and they took off with her and never to be seen again. Or a stranger, possibly another scenario, a stranger just happened to snatch her off the street. Now, I don't know how busy this street would have been, but apparently whatever happened to her, nobody has seen anything, or at least nobody has come forward to say that they saw anything strange going on that day. So a bench at the local park honors Allie's memory, and her birthday, which is February 3rd, is now recognized as National Missing Persons Day. So after 11 years, Joanne, her mom, finally brought herself to paint over the chalkboard walls of Allie's bedroom, but she says she treasures her other walls that are filled with Allie's art. Joanne says, "My baby did this, and it makes me really proud. On the other hand, it makes me very sad because I literally will daydream about what she could have created if she was still with us." So once again, Allie Joy Lowitzer has been missing since April 26, 2010 from Spring, Texas. She is a white female. She was just 16 years old at the time she went missing. She will be 31 years old as of 2025. At the time she went missing, she would be 5 foot. She was 5 foot 2 inches tall, 145 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes. Her hair was dyed dark red at the time of her disappearance. Her nicknames are Allie, Alex, and AJ. Her ears and nose are pierced, and she has pink braces on her upper and lower teeth. And she also has a faint chickenpox scar between her eyes. She was last known to be wearing a white t-shirt or spaghetti strap top, a gray hooded zip-up sweatshirt, black and white checkered skinny jeans, and black sneakers. She was carrying a blue LG AT&T slide cell phone and a multicolored checkered backpack with a dark colored strap. So if you have any information regarding Allie's disappearance, if you saw her on that day, if you saw anything suspicious on that day, if you saw her walking, anything at all, no bit of information is too small in these cases, especially these older cases. You're encouraged to call the Harris County Sheriff's Office at 713-221-6000. So guys, you can do your part to bring more attention to Allie's case by giving the video a like. Please leave a comment below, but the most important thing you can do is share this video anywhere and everywhere you can, so that Allie's face, her name, her story stays out there and she is never forgotten. If you would like to learn more about missing persons and unsolved cold cases, please consider subscribing. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.